Hello everyone, in this video I am going to discuss 10 most important DAX calculation in Power BI. We know Power BI is one of the most powerful tools for data analysis and reporting, and at the core of is DAX, data analysis expression. But what is exactly DAX and how can we use it to create a meaningful insight? In this video we will go through the 10 essential DAX calculation that every Power BI users should know. Let's get started. And first one is for sum, average, related, multiplication, divide, subtraction, count rows, then count rows with filter, and calculate with the in function, etc. DAX stands for data analysis expression, and it's a formula language in Power BI tools to perform calculation on data. With DAX we can summarize and manipulate the data, apply filters dynamically, perform advanced calculation for business insights. Whatever we are using for or we are analyzing sales data or financial performance data or monitoring KPIs also, DAX actually help us to turn into the raw data into actionable insights. And there are two things actually related with the DAX calculation. These are measure and calculated columns. So what is measure? Measure basically dynamic calculation that updates based on the filter in the report. It basically customized calculation where we can customize or find out the value based on our need. Okay. So the other thing is that related to the DAX calculation, these are columns, calculated columns. So calculated columns basically static and calculated row by row. Whenever we want to add new columns based on our existing columns. Suppose I want to add a new column here based on my existing data set or existing columns like sales data. So I want to create new columns. Click on the new columns, then write down the new column name. Like suppose I want to add tax calculation, 5% of tax, 5% of tax. Okay. Suppose I want to add a new column. It's a calculated column here. So it comes from the sales data. So that's why I use sales means shipment sales. It's come from shipments data into 5 by 100. Here we cannot use directly the percentage sign. In this way, percentage sign, and it's calculated the 5% of tax based on the sales value. Okay. So, and another example, like I want to add a new column based on the box shipment, sub columns, new columns, box shipment. If the boxes greater than 50, I consider it high box shipments. Otherwise low box shipments. Okay. So it's a calculated column adding new column here. Measure is a different thing. So here is the output. Suppose now if I want to add a new measure is already discussed what is measure. So if I want to adding the measure, like here right button the 3 dot and new measure. Okay, or something like that. Okay. Now I am adding the measure calculation one by one. Okay, so we already discussed the we know that measures are dynamic calculation. We can add a new measures. The most important measure is like sum. Sum function adds up the all values in a column. Suppose we want to find out the whatever the total sales amount. Okay, total sales. sum. It's also related to the Excel calculation. Okay, shipments is my data set name, sales. Okay, I select the things. Okay, already created the measures here. If I want to use it KPIs like measures, here is the total sales. Okay, there's the working. And then one by one, same way, if I want to use the average formula or average sales. Okay, average sales, shipment sales, bracket close, enter. Here is the average value, here is the average sales. Okay, so if I want to find out then calculating the cost of the product, as we don't have the direct column as a cost columns, now we have to use the calculated columns. That means we need to add a new columns here. How we can add? In a go to data tab, data table view, then adding new column, the directly cost, but cost per box, and we have the box columns. So as it's come from different data set, so that's why I have to use related formula. New columns, relate, okay, cost related, as the columns come from different data set, products and shipments, so that's why I use related. Okay, products, cost per box, bracket into or multiplication sign, then boxes come from shipment data, bracket no need to bracket, already bracket closed. So here is the adding the new columns here, cost. So if I want to find out what are the total cost, then new measures, total cost, comes from sum, bracket close, cost. Already we created the columns, cost, bracket close. Okay, so here is the measures here. So if I want to find out the what about the total cost, so I can click the measures here. So here is the total cost, total sales. Okay, here is the total sales, total cost. So now I want to find out the what about the profit. So new measures, profit. So as we already calculate total sales and total cost, now we can find out easily based on my based on our subtraction for minus sign, or how we can use the minus sign. Total sales minus total cost. So if you want to find out what about the total profit or profit, yes, you already adding the measure here. Total profit is something like that. Okay, now if we want to find out what about the profit percentage, that means we have to use divide. Is the most useful thing here whenever we want to find out the percentage based on the other value, something like that. So here if we want to find out what about the profit percentage based on our total sales amount, so we have to use divide function. Okay, profit percentage, divide function, bracket, here is the numerator and denominator. So numerator is a profit, we already create profit, and denominator is like total sales, bracket close, enter, and it should be like percentage sign and decimal point 2 or 1, whatever we want. So now we can easily calculate the here is the percentage, that means makes 60% profit. So now if you want to find out whatever the total shipments of the products, we can use count rows. So total shipments, count the rows of the data set. Suppose I want to find out total shipments, that means it's counting the rows, count rows, shipments data set's name is shipments. So here is the total amount of orders or total shipments. Okay, so if we want to find out as we know that here is a different geographical data here. So if you want to find out whatever the total shipments based on different countries like Canada, USA or UK, whatever we want, then we can use filter function in the count rows option. Filter is like table function that returns a subset of a table based on the specific condition, like we used above 1000. So it's basically used inside the function like calculate, count rows, sum x, something like that. So the another calculation is measure is like using the calculate function. I want to find out whatever the total sales of year 2023. So we have different dates data. Okay, so here is the year. If I want to find out the year based on the date function, I want to find out total sales amount of 2023 2024. So that's why I have to create another column for date function. So how we can use create the different columns based on the data? I can easily use the transform function. So as I want to create new columns here based on our date function, we can easily use the transform power query, shipments, power query, date, click the date, add columns, date and years. I need the year columns here. Here is the year. Now I import the data set here. It automatically adding the new columns here. Now I want to find out the calculate or total sales amount of 2023. Total sales of 2023. Calculate total sales. You already find out the total sales. Now year 2023, bracket close, enter. So here is the total sales of 2023. Okay, so if I want to find out the 2024, what are the total sales? I just copy the function, Ctrl C, yes, 2024, here is the total sales amount of 2024. If I want to KPIs, card total sales 2024 2023, here is the difference, here is the value. Okay, so if I use the matrix function, here is the output. If I use the categories, geography or something like that, here is the value. It's like customize. So for this we are using the DAX calculation. So normally inbuilt function we cannot find this. Okay, so that's why we customize this, and based on our need we find out. Thing is that calculate function with in. So whenever we want to find out the calculation based on multiple criteria or multiple condition kind of like deleting the thing. Suppose I want to add a new measures which comes from total sales of USA and UK at a time, like total sales of UK, USA and UK. That means we have a multiple condition here. So if we want to use it, DAX calculation, calculate bracket expression means we already create the total sales, so that's why I will use it, total sales. Now shipments geography, in second bracket under the inverted comma, USA comma under the UK. Okay, so that's the formula, that's the equation. We want to find out the total sales amount of US and UK at a time. These two countries value at a time. If I want to use matrix, then it will comes product list, something like that.